Can you believe this massive resort-style pool and lazy river is completely free for cruise passengers? Today, we are in Taíno Bay to see if you can have an epic port day without spending a dime on excursions. I've got to say, I was blown over by the amenities on offer here to cruise passengers without leaving the port. Now, I know experiencing the destination is part of the allure of cruising, but just looking at the port alone, the question I ask myself, is this the best cruise port I've visited ever? Stay to the end to find out. Getting there is only the walk along the pier, but these tuk-tuks are provided by the port free of charge. It's customary to tip the driver though, should you take one. Entrance to the port area is through this pavilion. There's some duty-free shopping and refreshments. A map to get the layout. Veer left to pass through the port to the exit. It's good to have some American dollars on hand for tipping or purchases. Cards are widely accepted, so no need to carry a lot of cash. And the Dominican peso is not required at all. All prices are in American dollars. Some places may accept pesos, but it will be rounded up, so not that useful in this port area. Here you can also pick up some last-minute excursions or get some tourist advice. Then you pass through the duty-free to get to the rest of Taíno Bay. I saw some good bargains if you are planning some duty-free shopping, and Puerto Plata is on your itinerary. Now we are into the leisure area. Plenty of bars here, some nice water features, and it's pleasant to walk around. If your aim is to explore Puerto Plata or pick up a taxi to somewhere else, you will be passing through here to get to the port exit. But what a pleasant walk it is, just calling to mind many other ports I've passed through. A welcome from a band in Dominican Republic colors. This port is pretty welcoming so far. Shopping is a major feature. Souvenirs and jewelry, especially gemstones, is the specialty. But let's not forget rum is a big export for the Dominican Republic, and it's the most popular spirit here. Continuing our walk, here's a popular photo spot. The paths are pretty meandering. It's perfectly signposted, but you always have your ship as a bearing. The Blue Parrot Bar is large and spacious. A nice shady spot to relax, and decorated with Taíno traditional designs. And it's close to the pool. One of the activities on offer in Taíno Bay is Monkey Island. It's an interactive experience with squirrel monkeys. You get to interact with them, feed them, and they can climb on you, so it's important not to have any chemical fly repellent and things like that if you want to do this. The experience is $25. On to the pool. This is a great feature in my opinion. Sunbeds are complimentary. There's music and entertainment. Bring your towel from the ship and kick back in this huge pool with swim-up bars. Loads of places to sit if you didn't manage to get a bed. Both shallow areas for kids and deeper swimming areas. Lifeguards are standing by too. If you've come on a Royal Caribbean ship, you will know the Flow Rider. Well, Taíno Bay has its own version of a surf simulator, and it's included too without additional cost. Also included is the lazy river. It's popular though, on a bit of a wait, but the line moves fast as people are constantly exiting as fast as entering. You might want to store your valuables while in the pool or on the lazy river, but I guess you should leave these in your safe on the ship. These are not secure. The lazy river, it's pretty big. It goes at a good pace. I mean, it's lazy, it's not river rapids, but an enjoyable way to pass the time. Another wildlife interaction experience is the Aviarius bird experience. It's $10 entry. And you get photo opportunities to hold the macaws, cockatoos, and the native Hispaniolan parrot, who are residents here, and get some explanations about the birds and their habitat. A new feature is this sports bar, Batting Legends. Complete with a batting simulator, and TV screens playing live sports. When you exit the port, there are a lot of options to take a taxi to nearby beaches or the waterfalls. Fixed prices are posted, but you can take a short walk into the town. Here is the famous Umbrella Street, a really lively spot. Bars, shopping, or just wandering down this vibrant street. All this with such easy access from the ship. I'm all for exploring the destination, but if you don't have anything booked for your Puerto Plata stop, no fear. This port keeps you in vacation mode, whether it's relaxing or activities you crave. So, is this the best cruise port I've ever visited? Compared to other ports that at best provide a shuttle to gates and maybe a duty-free shop, yes, it is a port that entices you to stay. That was new to me. I was impressed by the ambiance, the amenities on offer. By all means, book your excursion to the waterfalls or the snorkeling, but if time doesn't allow or if you are on a budget, this port will be a welcomed and memorable experience. Another port that's had a brand new offering, at least for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruise passengers, is Nassau. Check out my review of the new Royal Beach Club, Paradise Island in Nassau. Is this beach club worth the price tag? I am the Walking Cruiser. Check out the channel for more reviews, ship tours, and port guides. And subscribe to keep up with where I go next. Thanks for watching.